In this training, we're going to look at the auto number and the record ID fields that are possible inside of SmartSuite. So if that's of interest, stick around and let's get into it. Hopping on into my SmartSuite here, you'll see that I already have these two fields built, record ID and auto number. Now, the difference here is that auto number by default automatically exists in any new app that you build inside of SmartSuite. So if you try to add the auto number field and you come in here and you start looking for auto number, you're not going to find it. In fact, this is a field type that automatically exists but can only exist one time inside of every app. So in order to bring in your auto number field, you actually have to go into your fields to display and find it from the list on the left and be sure to add it to the list on the right. What I'm telling you is that auto number very likely already lives inside of your apps and you don't even know it unless you've intentionally brought it into your specific views. Auto number simply puts in a number that ticks up by 1 every time a new record is created. So if I add a new record in this particular app here, after just a moment, you'll see that the auto number field is added as 4. And if I do another one, it will be added as 5, etc. So we will see this over and over again as we continue to add more records. This auto number is simply keeping count of what record that is in the order. Now, if I were to delete a particular record, let's take that one and delete it. This is record number 5 that we're deleting, and I create a new record after it. You'll see that the auto number field is not fooled. It remembers that there was a record 5, and so it keeps going with the next integer. So one handy thing that you might use auto number for is detecting if records have been deleted from your particular apps. Now let's talk about record IDs. The record ID is a unique identification that is specific to every single record as it comes into existence inside of SmartSuite. A record can only have one ID, and that ID is always unique. This comes in really handy when you're doing more advanced things inside of SmartSuite. For example, you might build an advanced automation where you look up certain records based on conditions, and then you also want to do something to certain records that meet those conditions. Well, when you tell your automation that you want to implement some changes to those, you need to tell it which records you want to change. And the way to make sure that you're not getting the wrong record is to use that record ID. Because of the fact that the record ID is always unique, you are certain to not run into any problems when you are making alterations using the record ID. So record IDs can come in handy in a lot of different advanced ways when you're playing around doing more advanced things inside of SmartSuite. In order to access the record ID, simply go into creating a new field, and the field type is called record ID. And then, as you'll see here, every single record automatically shows you what its ID is. This ID is living underneath the surface, and you won't know about it unless you actually call out this record ID field. But SmartSuite already has an ID for every single record, whether it's on display in your case or not. And just as with auto number, as we add new records here, yes, their ID automatically populates here as they come into existence. If you have any questions about what we covered in this training, please ask them below in the comments section of this video. And until then, we'll see you in the next training.